been getting to it, I ain't noticed y'all was hating. Brand new chick, she don't know that I can pace it. I just wanna know that I can hold a conversation. Ooh, I don't know what y'all debating. I've been waiting for you, now I'm running out of patience. Running up a check, trying to run an operation. Went broke in the check and put 100 out of savings. I can tell now that you ain't talking about nothing. I'ma need something I can calm down from. I'm gonna pull it with the bar down one. 6 months in, I ain't down once. Trying to tell me what you know about me. You don't know nothing, keep it real with me. She said she ain't trying to deal with me. Okay, cool, you can sell that seed. I'm just hoping she don't fail. Cause when she do, I don't know what I'ma do. All that I heard that y'all was talking, it was comical. Pull up in your city for the evening, what you trying to do? Cause I'm open to it. I know that you're missing, but you gon' get through it. I can help with it if you need that. Go and bring the beat back. I don't really listen to the feedback, nah. Told me that she good, she don't need jack, nah. I'm real proud of the steps you took just to get to the place that you at today. I couldn't tell you to you straight, I gotta estimate. I wonder if I ought to go here with the best to say. Now go ahead, get me out of here, I couldn't last today. I got the city talking about me like I passed away. Automatic is a habit, you should know it's automated. I've been getting to it, I ain't noticed y'all was hating. Brand new chick, she don't know that I can pace it. I just wanna know that I can hold a conversation. Ooh, I don't know what y'all debating. I've been waiting for you, now I'm running out of patience. Running up a check, trying to run an operation. Went broke in the check and put 100 out of savings. I can tell now that you ain't talking about nothing. I'ma need something I can calm down from. I'm gonna pull it with the bar down one. 6 months in, I ain't once. Trying to tell me what you know about me. You don't know nothing, keep it real with me. She said she ain't trying to deal with me. Okay, cool, you can sell that seed. Ooh, and she felt intrigued. Trying to duck the LMPD. Go and get your self-esteem. And she trying to link up. So much we got synced up. Pulled up in the dinged up whip. This ain't Pepto-Biz, what this pink stuff is. Don't tell me. Yeah, you heard me, you ain't felt me. I've been moving, I've been shaking, go and hit me on the celly. Try to sell me on something while I hold it compelling. Ever since I've been gone like Kelly, they been trying to tell me about this and that. I ain't chatting with you, we ain't going tit for tat. Trying to tell me how to get in the bag. We're going to get in the bag, I'm about to get in it. Automatic is a habit, you should know it's automated. I've been getting to it, I ain't noticed y'all was hating. Brand new chick, she don't know that I can pace it. I just wanna know that I can hold a conversation. Ooh, I don't know what y'all debating. I've been waiting for you, now I'm running out of patience. Running up a check, trying to run an operation. Went broke in the check and put 100 out of savings. I can tell now that you ain't talking about nothing. I'ma need something I can calm down from. I'm gonna pull it with the bar down one. 6 months in, I ain't once. Trying to tell me what you know about me. You don't know nothing, keep it real with me. She said she ain't trying to deal with me. Okay, cool, you can sell that seed.
On a chilly December afternoon, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with the Baltimore Ravens.
Randy Bullock to kick off for Cincinnati.
Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. On the ground, this is Kamara. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Give them 14 on that one and a first down. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 35-yard line.
Play action. Now Jackson. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Carl Lawson, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara, and he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker Justin Tucker out onto the field. This from 54 yards away. And that is no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
So after the missed long field goal attempt, this offense set up nicely at the 44-yard line. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Terrell Suggs, one of the best in the business at finding the QB, gets home there. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Steps away to his left. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Maybe worse than the loss of yardage, they also lose the down. So now it's 3rd and long. And they go play action now. Burrow. Flushed out right. And this is going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
It's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Punting now is Huber as he sends it away. Now Brown. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. As we know, they had the chance last week, Charles, to lock up the division. Couldn't do it. Now it all comes down to the final week of the season. But once again, they control their destiny.
And that's a good thing. But I wonder about mindset because you mentioned they had a chance to lock it up last week, didn't. Are they bringing extra pressure to themselves now? Even though they control their own destiny with a win, now because they didn't get it done before, will they be even tighter as they approach this game?
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. 2nd and 7 from the 20. He rifles one that's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was looking for Joe Mixon there out of the backfield. And it's 2nd down.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
They're going to go jet sweep here. This is Ross with it. He's got a 1st down and much more inside the 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. John Ross with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Bengals are going to take a first-quarter lead. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals.
Makes the score Bengals 7, Ravens nothing. Randy Bullock to kick.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. Taken at about the 1. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Now Kamara. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. A couple of extra defensive backs in the ball game here on 3rd and 6.
And it's 3rd down.
Here's Jackson to throw. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th. And now the Bengals are going to call another timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th down. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. Kamara's got the 1st down and then some. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Alvin Kamara with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game.
But earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. To return it, Darius Phillips. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd down, Burrow. That's complete to John Ross. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 16 yards, a 1st down.
first and 10 at the 45-yard line.
7-7, our score after one.
The score tied 7-7.
Mixon with a first down carry. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
The tackle made.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, kind of just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. That's going to set him back 5 yards. On 2nd down, here's Burrow. Flush to his right. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down. From midfield now, Burrow. And able to find Green. And he'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first.
Bengals.
Green's first catch of the game. Good for a first down.
At the 43-yard line.
Now Burrow on first down. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right? Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. They give him a gain of 37. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll give it to Mixon. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Now it's Burrow. Green's open, and he's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A.J. Green hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Here's Bullock now for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Makes the score Bengals 14, Ravens 7. Randy Bullock to kick off for Cincinnati.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. Takes this about 5 yards deep.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Brown has the first down and much more. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. Give him 30 yards there. So that about the shortest pass a quarterback can make, but it winds up going for a bundle.
Yeah, let's face it, in the stats, it sure looks like a heck of a throw, doesn't it? It's almost like in baseball when you get that little Texas leaguer that turns into a double. You would think that you hit it off the wall. Big-time play for him on a short little pass.
On second down, Kamara. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
And it's 3rd down.
And now whistles here and a flag down. Looked like someone got going a little early. Well, it was a 3rd and somewhat manageable now, not so manageable.
Exactly, because you had a play call on that you felt like, hey, this could go quick, and it doesn't take much to get it done. Now, you got to start thinking about a little bit of a deeper route type of a call, especially if you want to throw it.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And he'll wind up getting about 6 out of that, as that's going to lead us to the 2-minute warning. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
3rd down.
There's Kamara trying to run for it. 9 yards on the play and a first down.
On the handoff.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Logan Wilson that time there to bring him down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
From the 17, Jackson. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
3rd and long.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. From the gun, it's Jackson. Dancing to his left. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Jackson will keep it, and he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They'll roll him out right. He's going to run again. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Touchdown, Baltimore.
A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. Well, Lamar Jackson remembers 7 rushing touchdowns in his MVP season of 2019, and he's into the end zone here as well.
And when you hear that 7 rushing touchdowns in 2019, doesn't it surprise you a little bit?
Yeah, you almost expect more, right?
Yeah, in your mind, you're thinking Lamar Jackson got in the end zone a bunch more. That might be what he does in 2020.
Darius Phillips on the return. The Bengals take over 1st and 10. At their own.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
And that is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith.
Intercepted by the Ravens. They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
On the ground, Kamara. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This from 54 yards away. And this one is no good. He missed it. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. Now this will make it into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
They'll run on first down. Mixon. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Down at the 42-yard line.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 32-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
First
from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Play action. It's Burrow. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. There was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 20. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
The ball carrier.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
They'll run. This is Kamara. And he'll get this one up to the 26.
The ball carrier.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
He'll buy some time right. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens have broken the tie. As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flush from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone.
And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Movement there on the offensive line, a little quick, and a 5-yard penalty. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7. Burrow going to get this out to Boyd on the perimeter. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
1-yard gain.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
They go play action with Burrow. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Fourth and goal, and down by a touchdown. The offense stays on the field. Here we go on 4th down with Burrow, escaping the pressure right. And he comes back with one complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. Burrow's throw going to be caught by Boyd. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And they're going to go jet sweep here. This is Ross with it. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Jimmy Smith.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the jet sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
Now Burrow to throw on 2nd down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Defensively, that's Earl Thomas, the all-pro safety, knocking it free.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Now it's Burrow. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35. Burrow on his toes that time as they get the 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 30.
Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. He finds his running back, Mixon. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
It's a gain.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That time the conversion comes courtesy of the RPO.
And know what it did? It moved the sticks. Nice pickup on 3rd down. Even better decision.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. On 1st down, Nixon. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Flush to his right. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. And they'll employ the jumbo set now on 2nd and 1.
Watch the run, Check 4, slam. Check your hot read. He's coming, double up. He's coming, double up.
And Burrow going to keep it himself. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the sneak, kind of a wasted play there, and now it's 3rd down. Burrow going to keep it on the sneak. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Only a few inches needed on the sneak. He didn't get it, and now it's 4th down.
I know this is your spot, partner, so forgive me for jumping in, but there's no decision right here. They have to go for it in this situation. They're down on the scoreboard. How many other opportunities are you going to get?
Yeah, I'm with you. 4th quarter, like you said, down on the score. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. It's the fullback. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter.
That ties the game at 21 apiece. Randy Bullock to kick off for Cincinnati.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24.
Lawson on the tackle.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Geno Atkins got home that time.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play-action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Tying tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going for this thing on fourth down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's Sam Cook now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And that will hit and continue on out of bounds.
Take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter. He's got a first down past the 30. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. 23 yards, the final tally.
An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs, even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down.
He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. Now let's listen in on the call. Now Burrow. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup.
Second down at the 46-yard line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go. Come on now. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Thirty-eight-yard line, 2nd and 11.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go. 49, check 49, check 49.
And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Second and 11 now.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he gets it down to the 32. It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a third down.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone now, here's Burrow, 1st down.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a 1st down.
At this stage, you've got to hustle. Got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that timeout to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal.
Check in. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Another try for Mixon, and a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Carrier. Tackle made at the 5-yard line.
And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout.
3rd and goal.
So it all comes down here to the right foot of Randy Bullock. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. They send Green to the left on his own. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Throwing now is Joe Burrow. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
In the end zone. Brings up 4th.
So it all comes down here to the right foot of Randy Bullock. His first attempt of the afternoon, and it's for the win. And his kick here is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. He hasn't missed a kick all year. Why would he start now?
That's a great question, isn't it? Well, maybe because that was the most nerve-wracking kick he had to attempt all year. But he